notified that we go live. We are live. So if I search Buildings by the Bay, should show. There we are. Whoops. Kill the mic.
Sounds good. She picked up the clicks. All right.
All right. Hi,
Hey,
everybody.
we're live.
We're live right now.
We are.
We got our new producer helping us out here, Dimitri Klein from Tri-Action Auto. Welcome to By the Bay with Mark and Justin. Podcasts about art, culture, and community. We're talking about the things that happen in our communities and all around the Anchor Bay area. And we hope to teach you some new things. We hope you guys can comment in and teach us some new things as well. And get the word out around town. Teach them about the great things in New Baltimore, Chesterfield, Lenox, Casco, Richmond, all around the whole different area. There's so much going on, and we're just going to scratch and talk about, there's so much to talk about, we can't talk about it all.
Right.
So we're going to move on, and Justin's got some information about some of the local school events. And so Justin, what do you think?
Well, I think spring's here, Mark, is what I think. I think everyone can feel it right now. I know I do. Everyone wants to get out on the golf course, wants to get out in the streets, wants to get out to some events. Spring sports are kicking in the schools now. I mean, the winter sports are over. They just had, I know at the middle school last week, they just had a big celebration and a pep assembly for all the winter athletes, and that was pretty cool to see. And now we're moving into spring sports. So
Perfect. Yeah, we
that
just
time of year.
entered the Anchor Bay swim team a week or so ago at Little Camille's by the Green at our banquet location over there. And I tell you what, it's great having all the kids come in and into both of our restaurants and have them involved with the schools and learning the athletics, the bands, the drama. There's so many great programs for the kids. To me, that's the best part of school.
And it's so fun to be involved. It's fun to watch them be involved and to make new friends and to get out there and learn new things and learn a new sport or a new activity or something that they want to get into. Maybe they take it farther into high school. Maybe it's just something they learn about now. It's in their back pocket for the rest of their life. You know, they learn something new.
So now, your kids are well involved with all the stuff.
Yeah.
What are the things at the Anchor Bay High School and the middle schools and stuff that the kids should get involved with? What are some things that your kids are involved with, and what are the things that we should be looking for?
Well, I'll tell you what, my kids are really involved in sports. They always have been. I have one at the middle school level. I have one at the high school level. They get involved in all kinds of stuff in school and out of school. There's all kinds of stuff around town for kids to do too. But at the school, I know right now in spring, like I said, wrestling and the other winter sports and basketball just got over with. Now everyone's talking about what they're going to do next. So what's the next pick? What are you going to do?
Well, now they've got, is wrestling still going on?
So wrestling's over. So at the club level, actually, there's an Anchor Bay Wrestling Club. Those guys have a couple more practices, and then they have their regionals at that level. That's coming up this weekend. That's a big deal. I think that's over in Battle Creek.
Now the softball and baseball, that's starting to kick off now.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, softball tryouts at the middle school are coming up next week. Actually, I have a date here. I think the tryouts are on the 28th next week, 3 to 5 p.m. for girls softball.
You know, we had here at Little Camille's by the Bay, a lot of the coaches and stuff talking about the, I want to call them recruits. And it was interesting to listen to how engaged that the coaches are and looking at the talent of the individuals. And I was kind of like the fly on the wall, and to me, it was amazing on how much they knew about all the students that were trying out for these different positions. They talked about their strengths. They talked about do you think they can improve on certain aspects of their game as they're picking where they think they can put these students?
And those coaches are watching too. They're watching from a long time. I mean, I happen to know at our meet this weekend, my son was wrestling, and one of the high school coaches was there from Anchor Bay to watch the younger kids, the middle school kids wrestling. He's getting to know them now. So he knows that when they come up, he has an idea of their strengths, their weaknesses, what they want to work on, where to place them in a meet, all that kind of stuff. So
And that's
I love to see that.
And that's something I think a lot of people, I think they miss. They don't realize the amount of work that the coaches and the teachers
True.
put into making sure that the students are prepared and ready. You look at the high-end level, like take Michigan State with going into the Sweet 16.
Yep.
You don't think Coach Izzo, he said it from the end of their season. Defense, defense, defense. We're shooting, but we lost our defense. We lost our defense. And what's he do? He comes into the big game, and they're a defensive
Yeah, and
wall.
they can't shoot a three, but they best defense of the year.
And they're winning. And, he gets the credit on the coach, but our entry level, our high school coaches, sometimes we forget about them. So, the parents out there and students, there's a lot of credit to give those coaches out there. Make sure that you let them know. Good, happy words and happy thoughts, and
Yep, agreed.
attaboys go a long way.
Sure do.
We don't need to criticize the coaches. They're working hard.
And part of our deal here, especially in this podcast, what we're trying to do is build community. And I think that school sports and is a great way to build community. Everyone gets behind the teams. Everyone gets behind the kids. I love it. I think going to some of those football games in the fall was twice as exciting as any Lions game I've watched in my whole life.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And we get, we just opened up for golf at Little Camille's by the Green at Michigan Meadows. We had golfers out today,
Yep.
and
Can't wait.
it's fun to see. We have the U.S. Kids Golf Tournament coming up in May. I don't have the date, but you're talking about, I think they go from 6 or 7 year old up to 16. And I wouldn't want to play against
I'm
these
telling you
7-year-olds. The way they drive the ball
Right.
and the way they shoot, I tell you what.
I wish I would have learned when I was 7 years old.
Oh, the talent is amazing. And that's a great thing about right now is they're teaching kids at a young age a lot of these, and we'll talk about golf for right now, that it's a great sport. It's a lot in the head. Mm-hmm. And the kids are disciplined. They make sure the kids are in proper attire. They teach the etiquette of golf. Mm-hmm. And they're very strict on how they make them present their game.
Sure.
And that in itself gives so much education to the kids.
That goes beyond the sport. Those kind of lessons go beyond the sport. That's going to help you in life later on.
Those are
Controlling your
life skills that
emotions.
we don't work on hard enough.
That's true.
My wife, she's a piano teacher. Yes, little Camille. And she's always said, if you teach a child piano and you teach them music, you teach them how to read music, how to play music, that goes into everything they'll ever think and do the rest of their life. They don't realize it, but the muscle, the brain muscle, the finger muscle, just everything goes into the decisions that they make as they grow up and get older.
Yep, absolutely. No, there's a million benefits to being involved, and if it's sports or it's band, there's a ton of band. We talk about the band boosters a lot. There's a million opportunities out there. Just get involved in your community, get out there and have some fun.
And speaking of the band boosters, if you guys go onto Facebook and Google the Anchor Bay Band Boosters, we're doing a fundraiser for them every Wednesday until the end of April. You come in here, order a large pizza, 2 entrees, or a specialty pizza. We're going to give $5 to the band boosters.
That's great. That's fantastic.
Build up their program. One of the things that a lot of people don't understand is they think, they need money to buy instruments and this and that, but that's the small part about it. It's music.
Yeah.
The cost of music is incredible.
Sure.
It all has to be licensed.
Yep.
So every student goes into a performance, and if they go into a solo ensemble or thing, when they have to have their own bought and sheet music.
Sure.
Has to be licensed.
Yeah.
And if they don't have that, they don't even let them perform.
All adds up quick, I
And
bet.
the cost of music is really incredible. It's just like when we have music in the park. down in New Baltimore, which if you stay tuned, we'll be giving those dates out. They've got a lot of different things for not only music in the park, but movie in the park.
Yep.
And they have a movie. They can't just pull out their DVD from the house and throw it in there
No.
and present it.
Don't work that way.
They have to buy a licensed copy that they're allowed to show to a large function.
Sure.
All the licensing and so forth, and all that costs money. And a lot of people forget about that, and they say, "Oh, we're getting a free movie." Yet, you got a lot of sponsors that pay money to put these free movies and
Right.
free events together, like our midweek music every Wednesday throughout the summer, and all the businesses in town have kicked in money to present that for the community to be free.
Right.
Davis Van de Bosch, our insurance agent right here in downtown New Baltimore, they put in a large sponsorship to head that off. And a lot of us smaller businesses, we kicked in smaller amounts.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, we're able to hire all these bands to come in and perform for the community. And it's such a great thing.
I mean, Davis Van der Bosch is always involved, but that's why it's so important to support all these local organizations that we talk about, the DDA, the Chamber of Commerce. Everyone's out there working together to not only promote themselves and to do better business and to be a better business neighbor in the community, but also to build the community up so it's a more attractive place for people to come and hang out and have a good time. It really just helps everybody.
But how many people actually out there, other than businesses, know about the Chamber of Commerce? You know,
Probably
a
not
lot
so
of
many.
people, they forget about the Chamber of Commerce is not just a business resource, it's a residential resource.
Yeah.
You can go onto their Anchor Bay Chamber website and look at all the different companies that are members of the Chamber, and all your services are there. So if you're looking for restaurants,
Yep.
we're listed. If you're looking for roofers, they're listed. If you're looking for what's the DBC company does? Oh shoot! It's having a mental block here. Mobility to
Oh, yeah.
where they can put bars in your bathroom
Sure.
for handicaps, and if you have an issue where you need ramps coming into your house, all that information is on the Anchor Bay Chamber website, and it's a great resource for everybody to go to
Yeah.
that's in the Anchor Bay area. And the Anchor Bay Chamber of Commerce reaches not only just New Baltimore, reaches out to Algonac, out to Richmond, Lenox, Chesterfield, the whole Anchor Bay community. So it's just a fantastic resource.
It's a great resource. Lisa's doing a great job over there. And if you're even if you're a big business, you're going to get all that benefit. If you're a small micro sort of operation like I am, you just work for yourself basically, you can still get those same benefits and still participate in the networking events and all the great opportunities they put out there to meet people and to get involved. It's great.
And all the and speaking of, with you are going to be doing the Bayrama Festival book this year.
Right, working on that right now. It's underway. It's going to be fantastic. We're hitting all the mailboxes, all the schools coming up here in May.
I mean, that's a pretty big thing.
It's a nice book.
Everybody
It's a
looks
nice
forward
book.
to the Bayrama book.
Yeah, all the kids like it. It's always a cartoon on the cover. We tried to do that justice and come up with a new look this year, and then but also kind of incorporating some of the older stuff as well. People
So
are
this is
familiar
your
with.
first year of designing the book.
That's correct. Yeah, first year doing it. I've
So-
done a lot of books around here, but that's the first time I worked on this one.
So we're going to expect something totally different. We're going to be we're still going to have a fish
listen.
fly on the cover.
You're going to get your fish fly. That's not going anywhere, but you have a different look at them. Put it that way, and honoring the town a little
A
bit.
superhero fish fly?
No, we'll have to wait and see.
Wait and see.
Yes.
Well,
It's Cheers to 58 years. That's the theme this year. This has been around a long time, this Bayrama.
yes, cheers to 58 years so we can have a beverage.
I think we should have a beverage.
Maybe we'll get one here in a minute.
It sounds pretty good to me. No, the other thing, just before we get off the whole spring sports thing, I want to remind everyone, parents and kids out there, at least at the middle school, we have track and swimming starting on the 10th of April coming up. Well, swimming, I think they're not determined exactly when yet. I know they got a new coach, they're working on that, but track starts on the 10th, and that's going to be exciting. A lot of kids going out for that.
Where's that located?
Anchor
at?
Bay Middle School North is what I'm talking about
Okay.
specifically. The South and all the other kids, but I know about North because I got kids there. So,
You always, yes, you always know where your kids are, and you
right.
make sure you know.
But I'm excited. They had such a great year in sports. Football was great. Wrestling was great to watch. I had a really good time with those two in particular. I'm really behind that school and all their sports right now. So.
Well, I know Wade, little Wade. You know, when we first met,
Yeah.
you know, tiny little Wade, and he
Yeah.
was gonna run this place.
Yeah.
And now I see him. He's like taller than you.
Yeah,
And,
he is.
Can he take you down yet?
Yeah, you know what? I might have my work cut out for me. He's going to be a big kid. His shoes are bigger than mine now.
Oh, perfect. Look, we got a little something coming here.
What do we got?
Check
What's going
this
on
out.
here? It smells good.
Well, we're running a special here at Little Camille's by the Bay and by the Green.
Okay.
Summertime's coming. Spring is Monday. Was the first day of spring. That was yesterday.
Right. What do we got?
Bring it right
Oh,
up.
this looks
So
amazing.
we have a rib basket.
Holy
Check
moly.
this out,
Look
huh?
at that.
Check this out.
Jeez.
And it's a great rib basket. $15.99. Rib, fries, and coleslaw.
I mean, that's tough to beat that deal. That's a pretty good deal.
You're going to see some. Hopefully, well, some of you see this in the mail. You'll be able to find this. We're going to be posting this on our website as well. A little bit of information about our specials, and we're doing a Wednesday $5 off coupon. So if you find this, you can print this online and bring it in. But what I would suggest, if you come in, you print that coupon. If you don't really need the $5 off yourself, you can donate that to the Anchor Bay Band Boosters. So we'll take that $5 off,
Good deal.
and we'll give it to the Band Boosters.
Good cause.
So that's just something that we want to give back to the community and help buy up.
That's a good way to do it. You get a good dinner out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Not bad. Not bad.
Oh yeah, bring the beverages too. They bring us food, but they forgot one of the more important things.
Helps wash it right down.
Well, it's kind of like a commercial, but not. See, because that's a beautiful
look at
glass of
that.
Shiner Bock,
Well poured.
one of our beautiful drafts.
Yep.
This is Hocker
Shiner
Shore.
on tap. Cheers to spring.
Cheers. You know, Little Camille's is the only one that has Hocker Shore and tap anywhere in the area.
Is that right? I did not
Pretty
know.
much. We have a bunch of followers. It comes out of Belgium, shipped over, and to me it's the best.
Yep.
You take a whiff of it, and it's got this banana clove aroma.
Yep.
And it's a wheat
Light.
beer,
Yep.
and it just got great flavor. And if you're looking for that something different other than those traditional IPAs that most of crafts have been doing, this is classic Hofferweizen.
Especially the warmer it gets, a nice refreshing wheat beer like that, nice and light. Quench your thirst.
And Shiner Bock is Texas beer.
Sure is.
That's a classic. I mean, if you go to Texas, you're going to see Shiner Bock everywhere.
Yep.
And we've had that on tap since we opened Little Camille's in 2011. It's a house favorite, and it's got great body to it, but it's not super heavy.
It's not. It's a good, nice amber. You know, it's nice and light body, but you know, thick, substantial, and great taste.
Perfect. So now that we talked food and we talked a little bit of beverage,
Yep.
we got some golf in. What's happened around your community, and what's happened around it that you've seen from different places? Where are some places that you've gone recently that you think other people should know about?
Boy, I'm just really excited. You know, like we touched on a little bit. I like to play some golf. I can't wait for the golf courses to get opened up again. You know, I'm really excited to get out and do some fishing again. So I can't wait for some of the tackle shops to start to get a little busier.
Now, here in downtown New Baltimore, right here at the lakefront, have you ever fished down there?
Oh yeah, many times, many times. I keep my boat here. We usually go out from Algonac a lot. But we definitely hit the lake for some bass and perch. We definitely hit the channel for some walleye and some perch and some other stuff. Looking to fill my freezer.
What's the biggest fish you've caught?
Well, the biggest fish I've caught, I'm gonna tell you a story about Wade, the biggest fish he caught last year. We went out and got a couple muskie.
Oh.
That was a good day. We went out and he caught himself probably the biggest one I've ever seen. It was a 48 incher. And
Were you specifically fishing for muskie?
We were specifically fishing for muskie that day. That was a birthday trip. One of my buddies, one of his buddies, we went out for Wade's birthday and went up muskie fishing. That was an adventure. We got 2 of them that day. It was something else.
Lake St. Clair, I think, is one of the best signature muskie lakes in the entire world.
That's what they say.
I know it's one of the top bass lakes. I think it might be one of the tops in the country.
Yeah.
If it's not number one,
Well, that's why we got
2.
ESPN coming here this year, Bassmaster Pro Series coming out to fish this lake. That's going to be super exciting. I can't wait for that event.
And that's going to happen right in our neighborhood
That's right.
at Brandenburg Park.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to be down there every day for that. Can't wait.
That's going to be such a huge influx of information into this area.
Yeah.
We're talking these Bassmasters are coming in from all
these
over the
guys,
country.
Pro with their rigs and their boats and the whole 9 yards, the cameras, the lights. It's going to be spectacular.
I know. I was just talking to Lisa Thomas at the Chamber of Commerce. She is organizing a big part of that, and they are taking on sponsorships right now.
Oh, good.
So if there's anybody out there looking to get involved, please check out the Chamber, get a hold of Lisa, and look at some of the sponsorship opportunities with the Bassmaster Tournament. There are affordable sponsorships at all different levels, and especially if you're having to do with fish and boats and everything else.
Outdoor entertainment type stuff.
It's a great place to get your word out.
Yeah, that's a really great place. It's going to be all over. It's going to get huge recognition. Here nationally too, I would imagine.
And then right after that, we're going to have the other fishing tournament right here in downtown New Baltimore. What's the name of that one? That was the, oh shoot, I should write this
Is that a
stuff
local
down.
one?
Yes, that's with, oh boy.
Well, let me know when you think of it, because I'm going to join it.
I'll get it. I'll come up with it. I got to start writing more notes down on our podcast. But we're work in progress here. One of the things that we've got 2 cameras now, so we've already doubled up on
Exactly, our capacity.
Dimitri,
That's a pretty big addition
saved
right
us.
there.
He's just going to make us work. So we're going to have
sure
to
Wade
do our
Bird's
labor.
pro.
Absolutely, because we can't just sit here and drink beer in front of you and eat
French fries. Smell ribs.
But it's part of being fun.
Yeah.
What we want to do is put out there and get into people's head. Go out and have some fun. Go out and enjoy yourself. There's been so many times through the last 3 years we've been just hammered down, hammered down.
Bad news every day.
And we need to start building people up. We need to stop on social media. Instead of complaining about every little thing, pat the guy next to you on the back and say, well, instead of saying, oh, they suck, say, you know what? That's a nice place. They do a great. I met some great people there.
Flip it, Talk
It's
all about your perspective. It's all about your
absolutely.
perspective. What you want to focus on, you will. If you want to focus on the bad, you can. I say, why do that? There's so much good stuff.
Absolutely. See, some people see this as half full.
Yeah.
It will be in a minute.
Yeah.
I say it's delicious. And that's how it should be.
That's exactly how it should be. I like that. No, we're not the type of guys that have a script and are going to read from a teleprompter. We just get up here, talk about the things we know about, the things we're involved in, the things our families, our kids are involved in, the things that get us excited. Get out here and talk about it and try to promote fun things in the community.
It's absolutely. And we'll do better as we do. This is our 3rd show.
3rd one.
And I've learned, every show I've learned a lot.
And we threw a curveball at you last week with a little live painting action.
That was live, and I had a lot of background noise and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And so, but now we got some equipment. We got mics. We got cameras, 2 cameras.
Yep.
And we got Dimitri.
That's right. That's the biggest.
Don't forget about Dimitri.
I know.
Dimitri, he's behind the scene. You can't see him, but without him, we're nothing.
That's right.
We're nothing.
It really helps.
And he's like the coach.
That's right.
Give him some credit because, and Dimitri works at Tri-Action Auto over in Chesterfield. So his dad, Tim, owns it.
Okay.
So that means Dimitri has to work twice as hard.
That's right. That's
Because
how it goes.
the owner's
That's
kid
how it
always
goes.
has to work harder than everybody else.
That's right.
Otherwise, you get beat. And I know Tim.
Because you go home with the boss.
Tim is not going to let him slack.
No, good.
Yeah, he's agreeing back over there. And good family. If
Great.
you're looking to get your car fixed and you want it done right, are they the cheapest? Probably not. But they're going to fix it right, and they're going to do it right the first time.
Yeah.
And
You
it'll
need that.
be worth every penny, because you can go cheap, but it's not going to be fixed
Don't
right,
recommend
and
it.
you're going to have to do it again.
That's right. That's a
And you're
headache.
better off doing it right the first time. And they fix everything over there.
They do everything. Electrical
There's no-
work, right? The whole nine, right?
We don't do body work.
Yep.
If you want to do body work, you got to go to the gym. And I'm not going there.
Yeah,
You know, a lot of people say, you know, gym. I'm not interested. It just doesn't excite me to go to the gym and work out.
yeah. It could be fun.
Now, Camille, she goes to the gym. Champion, is it Champion Gym?
That place is great. That's why my daughter goes over there too.
Yep.
Yep.
They're a great spot for the community. They're also Anchor Bay Chamber members.
Yep.
And they've added a lot of equipment, a
Yeah.
lot of different items. And I like listening. You know, Camille will come home and she'll tell me about what's going on around into the.
Sure.
You know, you got some that are, you know, they're
Oh yeah. big
vigilant
guys.
and they're just gonna go.
Yep.
But then you got the Coffee Connect guys. You know, the guys that get together every morning and
I
just
love
start
those guys.
BSing and talking about this and
I
talking
mean-
about that, and you know, and they're kind of holding up the machines.
That's right.
But
you know what? They get out of the house, they get moving a little bit, and they meet some people. There's nothing bad about that.
Not absolutely, and that's a big part of it. It's a place to come together,
Mm-hmm.
talk to your pals, create relationships, and socialize.
That's right.
One of the things that we don't do anymore is we don't socialize enough.
It's a big problem.
We're all this, you know. It's
Yep.
like, yeah, hi Justin, how are you?
Your head's buried in the phones,
Yes.
you know?
And I'm guilty of it.
So am I.
We're all guilty of it. Just don't do it driving.
Yeah, don't do that.
And it's tempting. You know, there's a lot of technology in cars now that you can text by voice and all that. Plug that stuff in, use as much as you can. Stay safe out there.
Yeah, you need to. I got a new daughter. I got a daughter that's a new driver. So please, no texting and driving. You got a new one out there.
She's driving?
She's driving. Wow. Scary, right? Yeah. I told you.
Isabella.
Isabella. Watch out.
Isabella's
Yes.
driving.
Driving an automobile. It's amazing.
All right, I need to make a
Unbelievable.
public announcement. So those in the New Baltimore, Chesterfield area, what's the color of the car?
That would be a white Pacifica most of the time.
Okay, a white Pacifica. If you see it, be careful.
Stay out of the way. Move.
Hope Isabella's not watching. She could be hunting me down.
She might.
I'm surprised she's
Just
not
about.
driving a horse around.
Well, she is driving a horse around, but that's just at practice. Yeah, she's at the equestrian team. She's a big equestrian. And they're looking for kids this year, too, by the way, at the middle school and high school level, looking for new riders. Lots of opportunities in that sport as well.
Shinerbach, Hockershore.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to get Demetria.
Yeah, fresh
Get
beverage.
one
Get
over
him
here.
whatever he wants.
One for Rick, too. But he doesn't drink beer. You got to give him a seltzer. Give him a girly beer.
There we go.
But back to the equestrian is what I
Yeah.
want to talk about.
Yeah.
Because I've never rode a horse. And you hear about an opportunity for students to be able to get into, how do they get involved? Do they need a horse?
No, you don't need a horse. You can come out and start taking lessons and take a lesson horse and see if you like it. Get the kid on the horseback and start doing intro lessons. And if they like it, maybe they start to gallop. They start to run. If they like it even more, they get them jumping. They, as they progress in skill, they progress in level, and you can compete. And these competitions are a lot of fun.
So if they're in school, now is this middle and high?
Middle and high school.
So there's like a club, equestrian club or whatever.
is.
You get involved with that, and then you just say, hey, I want to get involved with the club because I want to ride a horse.
That's exactly right.
And then they'll help them and they'll guide them to the place where they can get on a horse.
There's all kinds. There's stables and equestrian centers all around here. The place that board horses. We happen to go to Great Oaks Equestrian over there, near your golf course, over there on Lindsay Road. There's a couple other ones around.
Now, where does the school compete out of?
So they'll usually go to different places. They'll go to Goodall's, or they'll go to a different county fairground somewhere, and that's usually where their competitions are. Or sometimes there'll be local competitions out at Great Oaks Equestrians, the smaller ones.
So then the horse stable will bring the horses out for the students, and
If that's your level, then yes. But then you're welcome to lease or buy a horse and have it boarded there, and you can bring your own horse. Some of these guys come out with some pretty serious rigs. They come out with their whole camper and a matching truck and everything. They pop up for the weekend, and it's horse time.
so now I got a lot of people out there asking me, it's like, rent a horse, got to be expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive. They're
Can
hungry.
it be, how much, I mean, is it expensive like golf? Golf can be expensive
It
sometimes.
can be. There's a lot of. It's hard to. I don't want to sit here and quote a number. It depends on the horse. It depends on the place. It depends on your agreement. If your arrangement, you can do sort of split the lease with someone, and maybe they'll take care of the board and the vet bills and that sort of thing. But you pay into it. There might be some different. Strings attached to that arrangement. You might want to. That horse might be available for lessons for little
You
kids.
get to name the horse?
They all have their show name. They have their regular name and their show name. So yeah, somebody names those horses. We got Otis right now.
You need to take me out to ride a horse.
You know what? We should get that on film. That's what we need to do.
That's what I have never rode a horse.
Never in your life?
Never rode a.
They're big.
I rode
by the way.
I rode a donkey once
Well, that's
when I was a
different.
kid.
Yeah.
Some called him a jackass, and they called me a jackass, but it was the donkey.
We should do a podcast where Isabella gives you a horseback riding lesson. Now that'd be something else.
Yes, we could film that and play it on one of our episodes.
That could be great.
And that's where we want to go with this.
You know what I really like about that, though? That one thing I really like about that sport is they have to do so much work that's not involved, not directly riding or part of the sport. They got to take care of the horses. There's a whole aspect of it that's keeping them fed and cleaned and cleaning out their hooves and making sure they're bathed at night, put away, fed, walked. All that stuff comes into it. It's caring for a humongous animal. In addition to it's not just sporting equipment.
Right.
It's a live beast.
Yeah,
and
it's a
lot
live
of care. And then these kids really get to know these animals. They get to love these animals, and then they compete all the time on them. It's fantastic.
Just goes back to like we said earlier. You get involved with the special events, and you meet people. You meet horses. You do things that you think you'll never do, and here you're doing it. You don't have to be from the country. You don't. You're right here.
No, you don't. And and to watch all the friends that my daughter's made through this, she's made some really great friends. They've been riding together for years now. She's great friends with the coach. My wife's involved with the sport now. It's a blast, So if anyone's interested out there, by the way, you could email anchorbayequestrian@gmail.com for more information.
Say that again?
anchorbayequestrian@gmail.com.
Spell
That's a long one. ANCHORBAYEQUESTRIAN@gmail.com.
And what we'll do is we'll post this up on Little Camille's events page.
Yep.
So you have that information. We're going to start getting a page on littlecamille's.com for the podcast. So one of you will be able to pull the podcast up and review it again. And we'll also put whatever information that we've talked about on that location.
Yeah, put some
so you can
listings on
look
there.
at it.
Yep.
So we're still growing. It's kind of like, I don't know if anybody's ever watched, you ever watched the No BS News?
Yeah.
From Charlie the Duck?
Because you told me about it.
When he first started doing this podcast, it was totally off the rails, kind of like this, but with a lot more profanity.
Right.
And as he's grown and has a great podcast, he's got hundreds of thousands of viewers now.
Right.
And he's more organized. Still a lot of profanity.
Sure. Well,
But it's a lot of good information on that. And that's my goal for this
Same here.
podcast, is to give a lot of good information about the community, about what's going on, and keeping it fresh, keeping it friendly, and keeping people from being mean. We want to really preach good.
We want to create community.
There you go.
But I got the profanity.
So with that, I think I've got pretty much nothing left. I think we're about ready to call this one a show.
Yeah, that was a good one. I think I said everything I need to say today.
I want to just first, I want to thank Dimitri,
Yeah.
our new producer.
Yes.
He'll be here every Tuesday, and he's committed, and he's a whiz on this software. So I'm
help
looking
big
forward to go back and watch the show
Yeah.
and see how we really did.
It's going to be at least 3 times as good as it was
Yes.
before.
Only 3?
I don't know. Maybe 4.
Maybe 4. So I want to.
Makeup artist.
Yeah, okay. But thank you, Dimitri. And again, back to Tri-Action Auto. You need a vehicle fix, go check them out. Thank you, Justin.
Sir.
Glad to have you here helping
Yep.
us out. And myself, Mark, Little Camille's by the Bay, littlecamille's.com. Check out our website, all kinds of good stuff. The golf course is open, weather permitting. Come on out here and swing the clubs. We welcome everybody. So with that, have a great week, everybody.
Have a great week. See you next time.